Lotshani ke namukela noke ku live bush camps chat with Khaya Tlou. Hello and welcome to my show again. 2020, it's a new year. It's my first show this year, and definitely I just want to see who's with us this afternoon. Before I proceed, we have Janice, we have Carol, we have Zygote, Mary, Arlaramo, Jason, Willow, Mas 54, and yeah, you're all welcome. And definitely, if you're still new, my name is Khaya, my name is Tlou, and welcome to my beautiful show. It's been two weeks now, with no. That's VM is going to fix something here, because I can't see my screen. It's only this screen that I'm watching. I don't know, VM. That screen went black. Hello Z, Brian, co-sider. Yes, VM is going to do his magical work with his magical fingers. Yeah, so VM is busy there. I'll be telling you, if you are new on this show, my show is all about live bush cameras that are installed here in Pridelands. And also in Cape Town, sorry, and also in our neighboring reserve, in the eastern part of the reserve, which is called Khaya or Boston. And also we have a new camera who's just on the northeastern part from where we are right now, in this beautiful area called Timbavati, and this small little beautiful place called Siviti. So that's where we're going to be seeing some more animals, and there have been beautiful animals that we've seen there this past few days that we haven't really seen around here. So it's still going to be interesting from this week and next coming weeks, because our camera engineer here is definitely making some magical work so that we can have more live cameras. Thank you, VM. Live cameras installed in all areas around here. So we'll be increasing the number of our cameras in future. so that we can have a beautiful show with all sorts of beautiful cameras in different areas, so we can get to see all these beautiful animals. Who knows, maybe we might be seeing a caracal, we might be seeing a serval, we might be seeing a porcupine at night, we might be seeing a what's this that's active at night, maybe we might be seeing a Verreaux's eagle owl, maybe drinking. And definitely, so we have Bavu and VM on FC, and what we're going to be doing, we'll be going to our live cameras that are here, and then we'll definitely get to show you all those pre-recorded videos from these live cameras that are installed here. Beautiful area, and we are coming to you live from the Greater Kruger National Park in the southern part of Balula Nature Reserve. In this area, beautiful area called Pride Lands Conservancy. So without any waste of time, we have to go to those live cameras and get to see what is in there. Maybe we might be lucky with 1 or 2 animals around the waterhole drinking. It is tricky. It's a tricky season because almost every road has a puddle of water, so our animals doesn't really need to go to big waterholes unless they need to drink a lot. But yeah, we have a few animals coming to just around the eye of the camera, and definitely we are capturing that while it's happening live. Yo, Mary, definitely CVT's camera is awesome because I saw 2 beautiful things there that we hardly see around here, and this one thing that we've seen recently because of I think it's because of the water levels around here. So, but it's a VT, I think, that is seen almost every day, but if you're in Pridelands, you don't really see that. So what we're going to do, we're going to be checking on our live cameras, starting from the first one to the last one, and get to see what is happening. Whoa, Bafu, this is happening live, bro. Yes, it's on the 13th of January 2022. It's happening like now. This is just right outside our camp. That's outside where I'm coming live from. The beautiful herd of buffaloes. You can see there's different age groups, making sure that they are quenching their thirst. So this is where they come, and then these ones, definitely this group, it doesn't really require a small puddle of water. Here's a mate to give me a call. I do hear, but not quite a lot, brother. I can hear on TeamSpeak, but not so great. Oh, welcome Eligel, welcome Prena. And this is Elicam 1, 2, and 3. So you can see they're scattered everywhere. And it's a big herd of buffaloes. Welcome Shutterbuck. Yes, welcome Shutterbuck. We love watching this from Canada. And definitely, we are so lucky with these buffaloes around here because in the meantime, we have 2, 3 different herds with about 100 or more buffaloes, and this is what we get to see when we go out on a drive or on a live drive. So we don't struggle with these ones, and then it's easier to spot them because their tracks are simple, and what happens is you have to listen, stop your car, listen to your surrounding. You will definitely hear them, and then you will also listen to the birds that they like following them, which are called the yellow-billed or red-billed oxpeckers. They love snaking on their ticks, and also if there's an open wound, they'll definitely make that worse. Rosalind, how old are these buffaloes? You can see there's different age groups. You can see there's huge ones, which are the males with all these thick, strong horns. Then you can see there are these females, all females. You can see both males and females are black in color, and also you can see that these little ones which are brown in color. These ones are still young. Most of them that they're still brown, they're just under a year old. Then they will start changing the color to being black. Okay, Bavu is struggling with me on TeamSpeak. Then I will check whether he can hear me. Bavu, can you hear me on TeamSpeak, brother? 5 out of 5. Can you hear me, brother? Okay, beautiful. Yes, we. Okay, yeah, because in the meantime, I say, Bafu, this is the only camp that's active in at the moment. We have quite a few live cameras, and then we'll definitely go for them if this camera eye settles down. But we'll just sit around here and get to enjoy this sighting. And while I'm watching it from a screen, definitely where Bavu is and the other gents, definitely watching from a veranda. Yes, a lot more. Some people they do eat buffaloes, and definitely some people they use the leather or their skin for leather, or their skin to make blankets and clothing. But not a lot of people are relying on them making clothes, because now it's a new era. Like we used to. In the olden days, people used to wear animal skin, but now it's not really a thing. Most people they prefer animal skin just to hang it on a wall or just on the floor on your bedding. Definitely, there are still people who use their leather, and yeah, some people they prefer domestic cow actually skin compared to a buffalo, because domestic cow most of the time they look much colorful than a buffalo, and so that they prefer to have a domestic cow skin compared to a buffalo skin. And welcome, Suji. You're welcome, Rosalind. And definitely let's go back to those buffaloes and get to see what's happening here. So most of the time you'll see the old guys, we call them the Daga boys, they will be following up on these herds, because they can't really keep up with the herds, and then you will see them fighting with these youngsters, young males, for mating rights, because these ones, these animals, they don't have a strict breeding season. Because you can see all year round there are babies in a herd, and mating is happening almost every time. And then these youngsters will definitely be trying to push these adults away, or old buffaloes away. And also they are so strong compared to these old boys. So you can see there's a difference between the horns there. The one standing right next to that little bit of water hole there, that is a male, and you can see there's a belly button just at the bottom of its belly. So that's where you will see the penis. Hey, Cookie! Yes, definitely, I agree with you, Barbara. Matt T has been doing some great, excellent work. Yeah, he's such a champion when it comes to that. A message to Sue Gi. Yes, let's go and have a look what's happening on the other cameras, and then we'll come back to this one and can see, because it's still busy. We just have to check multi-view first, and then we'll take them one by one. So you can see there's multi-view there, there's elephant cam, there's ellie cam, and then there's critter cam, there's hyena, there's EWT wild dog bomber, there's Kwenga waterhole, there's Ndomo Dam, there's one in Cape Town. But this one in Cape Town, Babu, it's looking somewhere that it won't be showing us penguins unless this penguin starts to fly. Because Lucy is looking straight into the sky, so apparently we'll be going down to Cape Town to fix that camera, because definitely won't be seeing any penguins unless that penguin decides to fly or to climb a tree there. You can see there's, yes, let's just go to the hyena den and get to see what's happening there. And you can see this hyena den is thick. Can't really see what's happening there. Or maybe we'll be lucky to see some hyenas here, because there are some new fluffy beautiful black balls, which are cubbies or cubs that were seen recently a few days ago walking in there, and we are hoping to see them coming out, and the viewers didn't really see who was that, because you can see the grass is very tall. And we have to be super careful when you're coming around here, because your eyes have to be wide open, because you can't really see what's happening. So this one is a CVT camp. Beautiful. We have a CVT camp. This one has been busy since it was installed. It is busy, and I've been seeing all sorts of beautiful things there. And the other thing is that we'll be showing you during the course of the show. We'll be showing you the water levels from these two videos. So interesting, but you'll see that. We'll go through it when we're playing our pre-recorded clips, and then what we're going to check is that what we see on at CVT recently, and what we've seen around here recently. Definitely those things are super capturing all the beautiful things around here. Wavu, let's go to Kwenga, brother. Yes, this is Kwenga waterhole. This one's also busy, just on the eastern part of where I am right now. This beautiful area called Kwenga or Boston. So elephants love this one, buffaloes, they love this one. Definitely, special leopard that comes here, and we get to see that because of the camera that is installed here. It's Kwenga waterhole, and you can see this one is happening live. So let's get to Ntomu Dam last and get to see what's happening there. And also Ntomu Dam love to attract elephants. Bavu, let's see what's happening at Ntomu Dam. We might be lucky, brother. We might be lucky. Yes. Ntomu Dam is just giving us beautiful reflections from the trees. I can see just right under that dam wall. Beautiful, and that's all for these individual cameras. Definitely during the course of the show we might be seeing some things beautiful, something walking there. Who knows, might be seeing a rhino, might be seeing some elephants, we might be seeing a beautiful colorful bird. Babu, but did we go to Critter Camp, brother? Is it working? Critter Camp is currently offline or off air, because when was it? Is it yesterday afternoon? Brian was busy cutting some grass there. The grass is bad there. It's like a forest. It's like the Amazon when you go from the road that takes you to the workshop or to a studio to Critter Camp. Grass like this tall, like 2 meters. And Brian was doing some magical work there around there, but now it's offline. It's one of my favorite cameras because it gives us all these small little creatures. It gives us all these little small creatures that we don't really see all the time. Definitely Sugi. I'm also proud of Meti. Oh, thank you. Loving my input on the camps, but definitely I would thank the curators, because it won't be this easy to chat about these live cameras on a show like this if we didn't have curators. Definitely I thank them. So they are the ones catching all the magic, especially when I'm asleep, because we're in different area codes, it's different time zones. Definitely when I'm busy dosing around 2 in the morning, someone is busy on the screen making sure that all these actions are being recorded and being saved somewhere. Thank you so much, curators. Yes, any came one quickly? Whoa, look at that. As I told you that cameras are busy. Can see this one drinking. It's definitely still a buffalo, but this one is a female. You can see that. It's because the horns, they're not as thick as as the males, and you can see where these horns meet, and that area is called, or that particular part is called a boss. So these ones don't have that huge boss like males do, because they don't really fight for mating rights with other females. So they only have these horns to help them try to defend themselves and their calves. Definitely is the female. Whoa. So they're enjoying the best time of their lives. Yes, Rosen, buffaloes, beautiful Cape buffaloes. You can see these are powerful animals. Okay, looking at them from a screen, I think they're small animals, but they are about 800 kilograms. Males can go up to 820 to 850 kilograms, and then the females will be going about 500, 600. I think females will be about 1,100 pounds. Then males will be roughly 1,700, 1,800 pounds, if my calculations are right. But there's some of them, they're very, very big. That's why the lions, so before they attack one of these buffaloes, definitely have to think twice. The planning has to be proper, and the execution has to be perfect, because they know that if they are cornered by this herd, 1 or 2 lions might end up very injured or dead. And that's why lions, sometimes what they do is they look for a buffalo that is walking on its own, or it's either a calf, it's either a very old buffalo or an injured buffalo. Definitely in such area like this, because they know that the lions might be around, and then they make sure that they look in different directions so that they get all the smells, because their eyesight is great, their sense of hearing is great, and then definitely their sense of smell is also great. And buffaloes, they know that most of the time, buffalo lions are following up on this herd. But while we're looking at these beautiful buffaloes alive, let's go to this one buffalo that died. Whoa, look at that. This is a buffalo that was killed due to injuries. You can see the buffalo lying dead there, and the vultures are coming in. And this buffalo was killed by another buffalo, but not instantly. What happened was it was involved in a fight with this other male. Then it ended up being injured, and then after in a week time, it died. So it died in a waterhole just southwestern corner of Pridelands, and then they decided to move the carcass, because what happens is the carcass was in the water, and it was going to contaminate water, and it would be easier for other animals to drink. So that's why I decided to take it to this open area where everyone will be seeing it. Every predator or scavenger will be definitely coming to snack on it. You can see these vultures are coming in, and it was my first time actually seeing such a huge number of vultures around here since I started working here. I used to see vultures 2 or 3 or 4 or 5, but this carcass definitely attracted a huge amount of vultures. And you can see there's different vultures here. We have these ones that are a bit light in color, the feathers a bit light brown, and ones dark. You can see the size difference. And these ones that we're seeing here, we can see there's a combination of white-backed vultures. Yes, definitely, Christy, they're coming to clean up. That's why I call them the municipal workers of the bush, because they make sure they clean up each and every carcass lying around. Yeah, Carol, ninja vultures. And so you can see there's also a hooded vulture here, but you don't really see it, but I noticed that it's here because I've been watching this clip. The hooded vultures are much smaller compared to the vultures you're looking at right now. And then we have the Cape vultures are also being spotted around here. And the Cape vultures, they nearly look similar to the whiteback, but the Cape vultures, they have yellow eye, and then the white back. You must just look at the brown or black eye. And then also they have a white back on them, but you can't really see that when they are walking like this. You have to wait for them to fly or take off, and then you'll see that very easy. And then you can also spot that while they're doing their ninja moves. Yeah, Mas 54, definitely. The sounds are much incredible. But if you can check, there's this vulture called hooded vulture, one of the smallest vultures around. When they come in, they are being chased by these other bigger vultures. But there's this one big vulture, I don't know whether they're still there. Let me check, I think it's on top of the carcass there. That is called the lappet face, the biggest vulture. And then what happens is they won't chase it away because of the size and the dominance it has around the carcass. And you can see it doesn't like feeding on the side of the carcass. Definitely it will go on top of the carcass. And so they get all these great spot to feed. You can see they also have less feathers on their neck and head. That allows them not to get all these parasites and bacteria while they're feeding, because what happens is if they had long feathers, that would give them a problem, because it won't be easier for them to clean it. That's why vultures, I can say that one of the animals or birds that they love water. You can see that the bavu, go back a bit, but you will see that there's this huge vulture there that's on the side of a carcass, but it will be going up on top of that carcass. Yeah, I just want you to go up. Yeah, just there, brother. So you can see now it took its head down, but you will see it going on top of the carcass. Yeah, this way. You can see that that flew just now. It has a pink face, so that's a lappet face vulture. So you'll see it going on top of a carcass, because that's where they like to hang on. So now it's on top. You can see that vulture is on top. That's just one lappet face, and it's not being chased by these other vultures, which are that one vulture, that one that was standing tall there. Yes, Mary, that's a lappet face. And most of the time that vulture, what happens if the carcass is big and it has a thick skin, what happens is these white-backed and hooded vultures will wait for a lappet face to open, rip apart a carcass, and then they will start flying in. And then you can see their beaks are so different. And you can see the lappet face has this thick beak like this. And then also the Cape vultures, they have a thick bill with a white back, but not as big as a lappet face. And then the hooded, they have slightly smaller, thin beak there, because they feed on different parts or different position of a carcass. So what happens, these ones, they allow them to get all these huge pieces or chunks of meat. And then there's hooded vultures, they will be going for an eye, or going for just in the middle of just between the ribs, and where the smaller areas where these ones with thicker or big bill they can't reach. So they're making sure that they're at this carcass, making sure that they're ripping it apart. They're doing like proper cleaning, from big chunks of meat to all little pieces of meat. Yes, let's get to see what happened. Is it at night, Bob, with the hyenas at the carcass? Get to see what happened. Whoa, my favorite. Yes, Christy, definitely the wingspan is incredible. Yeah, I agree with you, Donnie. But well, definitely, I will chat about. Can you please pause there? But I'll chat about this beautiful hyena that wants all my attention. They can see it's looking at me straight into my face. Yes, because I have a few questions here about those vultures, so I'll be going through them because quite a lot of them. I did a lot of talking, not looking at my screen, and get to read all your questions. Barbara, and welcome, because Barbara is saying thank you to the crew for setting up the camera. Beautiful. And that camera was like set up like so quickly, because it was there, but it was just needed us to take it to Impala Place, because where the camera was, or where the sighting was, it's about 150, 200 meters from the camp. Yes, that's where the camera was. And thank you for watching, and thank you for tuning in. Welcome, Cookie. Oh yes, Mary, but I think I didn't see that clap. I don't know why I did forget about that. A marabou stock. I also saw that, but I didn't see it live. I saw it while it was happening, like on those in that camera. Beautiful animal to watch. Beautiful big bird. It's one of the ugliest 5, but it's not the ugly bird. It's not the ugliest bird. I love seeing them. I love watching them, but to some other people, it's an ugliest bird. Jason, how long do vultures live for? Oh, super interesting question, hey? So vultures, they can go up to 25 years lifespan, but it also depends in the area. Captivity, they can live for at least maybe 26, 27 or more than that. But in the wild, it's up to 25 years. Vultures, they have a long lifespan. So that they have like the duties to clean up the area for about 22 years at least, because in that 30 years will still be a little bit young, and the rest of the years they will definitely be cleaning up the area. Yes, Bavu, let's go to the carcass, brother. Let's go to the carcass with the hyenas, because that hyena couldn't wait to say hi to me. Yes, beautiful. So you can see this in the morning, just before the vultures came in, because what happens is those vultures were already there when we were setting up the camera, and then they didn't come down for quite some time after we left. Then the lioness was spotted, then it got darker, then these guys came, these boys and girls, the hyenas, making sure that they sort out this carcass. Z, and what happened is I've tried doing that, but I couldn't identify other hyenas here. But oh, they're whooping currently. Oh, let me just keep quiet. Bavu, are you still whooping, brother? Whoa, beautiful. It was a beautiful call, making sure that I can see their heads are up all the time, because they know that someone might own this carcass. But because we installed a camera, we know that no one owns this carcass. But because the hyenas are so smart, even lions, even other animals like predators or scavengers like vultures, they don't just go into a carcass. They have to scan around and get to see who's around before they go into a carcass. Because remember, before this, it got dark that day, where after we installed that camera there was a lioness that was there. It didn't feed, but it was just right next to a carcass. Then it got dark a little bit. It went to sniff, and then it moved on. So we believe that was Leketha, because it was just a lonely lioness. So I think it didn't feed because it thought maybe someone is owning this carcass, and she knew that it means there are lions, because no one will take such a bigger prey around here except lions. So that's why it was extra careful. Then it moved off. Then one hyena came, and then it did the same. Didn't feed a lot. Then it went off, and then these ones early in the morning they started coming. And then yeah, but you could see that the body language saying that, oh, someone's owning this carcass. That's why when we are in the bush, you have to be extra vigilant. Yes, Babu. Yes, we'll only identify unknown two, definitely. And there was this one that I thought it was Melomam. So I was 100% sure because, this hyenas, because this is a huge place, a huge territory for these hyenas. And what happens is there are a lot of males that are roaming around here, and I strongly believe there are females that are roaming around here, but they don't really go to a den site because the hyenas that we strongly follow are these ones that they come to the den site. So that's why we get to see them all the time, because they come to feed their cubs. And then the other ones that they're roaming around in this territory, they don't really come to a den site. They prefer to be staying far away from the den site, and then that's what we don't see them, because there were like about 6 hyenas there. And I remember that when I was on the live drive, someone mentioned that, and then I thought, because I was looking, I thought maybe I'll see Robin, but I didn't see Robin. I didn't see Smile in, and those were huge hyenas. So I thought, why are these females here? But I don't know them. So it came to my mind that maybe are the females that they're not turning, and they don't have cubs, so they don't need to be at the den site. And I'm sure there were males around there, because there was size difference, and that's why I don't know them, because I haven't seen them around the den site, because they prefer to stick away from the den site. Sai, how did the buffalo die? So the buffalo was killed by another buffalo. Definitely they were fighting for mating rights, because no, buffalo world is not as easy as we think. What they do, you have to fight for mating rights or during the mating time. So that's what happened. But it was going to be interesting if the lions were there, because lions are definitely going to go for that buffalo that was injured. But buffalo wasn't seen by lions. And the interesting part is that lions, since I've been here, lions, this pride called Ngati pride, is a big pride of lions, but they prefer to kill giraffes. Because since I've been here, I've never seen a carcass of a buffalo killed by Ngati pride. I only saw a wildebeest, and a lot of them are a carcass of a giraffe. So they're specializing in giraffes. So it simply means these youngsters, these cubs that are in the pride, they will be mastering on how to kill giraffes. And there are a lot of baby giraffes around here. We saw 2, 3 past few days, and then it got me worried, because those young giraffes will definitely be killed by the Ngati pride. Bavu, what do you have, brother? Yes, let's go to Multiview and get to see what's happening. Those buffaloes are still there, or maybe they're being followed by a pride. Who knows? Or maybe they're disturbed, or they smelled a pride of lions. Oh, I can't see any buffalo left. Oh, it's so interesting. This is Multiview. You can see there's nothing much happening, just the trees blown by the wind. It's not so hot. Yeah, let's go to Elicam 1, and then we go to Elicam 2 and 3 and get to see what's happening there. And then we check Khaya, because this is definitely a time where these animals, they're coming out of their hiding spot, especially when it gets very hot. When the sun goes a little bit down, then it gets a little bit cooler. They'll go to water holes. Rosalind, is the carcass dangerous to people? No, it's not dangerous. The carcass is not dangerous, is unless you try to feed or to eat meat from that carcass, because it was rotten, so it was starting to rot. Definitely it won't sit well in the system. But buffaloes are potentially dangerous, but that one was dead. It's not really dangerous. Jason, how many pride of lions are on pridelands? We are only having one pride that's roaming around here, and it's so interesting that there's a big pride with more than 20 individuals. So we have 5 females that are working with about 11. We have 6 females with working with 11 cubs, and then they split from those 6, and then we have extra 2 adult females that they walk around with about 5 cubs. So then we have 2 male lions that are running the pride, and also saw 2 nomadic lions, but it's been a while not seeing them around or not hearing about them since last year. So, and then we have this one called Lakitha, who's related to the pride, but she decided to leave the pride because those 2 boys are not her father, and then they will kill her if they get a chance to. So that's why she's moving away from them. But she's been spotted spending some time with the females and the cubs, because she knows that she's related, and that's their aunts. And but when she starts to be sexually ready or in oestrus or is ready to mate, definitely to change the mindset of those 2 boys. They will definitely mate with her. But now, because she's not been spotted mating, so that simply means she has to keep her distance away from those males. Babu, is that hyena den, brother? Yes, it is. It is a hyena den. Okay, Carol, thank you so much. The one that was very close, saying hi to us, was Tlanga. The thing is, I've been seeing Tlanga, and it was my first time seeing Kelly, and there were speculation for that those 2 new cubs that I haven't seen yet, they belong to Kelly, but I only saw Kelly once. But it was super easy to identify Kelly because of her spot pattern that they create this K shape on her side of left side of the belly. And yeah, it's very much easy. Tlanga, shy. I haven't seen those hyenas yet, but because I'm here, definitely I will definitely see them. Hello, Zygoat. Yes, let's go to Saviti and get to see what's happening at Saviti. It's been busy at Saviti, hi. Saviti. Just this waterhole. Whoa. Let's go to Kwenga Bavu. Yes, beautiful Bavu. Thank you so much. Kwenga is one of my favorite also. But Krita Cam, when it's down, I get worried because I don't have to see all these small little flying things. So this is Kwenga waterhole. It's a bit quiet. Sai, can I explain the structure of a buffalo head? Do buffaloes also form coalitions like lions? No, they don't form coalitions. They don't call for a coalition sign. What happens is the buffalo social structure is this, that the females, they live in huge or big herds with their sisters, their cousins, and the calves, and the young males, females. So what happens? These young males, what happens is they stick around with the herd, and then when they start to reach a certain age, when they start to lose, I can say, power to follow or to follow these herds, what they do is they split away from their natal clan, natal herd, and then they form this bachelor herd. Then they stick around there, and then especially water holes where there's softer grasses, because what happens is their jaws and their teeth, they lose power to feed on these dry, hard grass vegetation. So that's where they'll stick around. And also these young males, they can join these older males as bachelor heads, and then they will just stick around there, and then but they will sometimes follow the herd to breed. And then, yeah, they're not territorial. They don't set up any territories, but they have these specific feeding grounds where they like to hang around. Then they keep away from the other herds that are around. But what happens is, even if they meet, they don't really fight like a territorial fight that will be fighting viciously to protect the females and stuff. But what happens is they only fight mostly when there's a female that's on heat or is an oestrus and then supposed to be mated with. And then these young boys will be fighting with these older boys. And then these older boys that are they spend time on their own. They are called daga boys. Daga means mud, and then what happens is you'll see them mostly covered in mud. And those are super aggressive buffaloes. You want to meet them on foot. A huge herd is quite relaxed, because if you scare them, they just scatter away. But that doesn't mean that they are not dangerous still. But those ones, to call it daga boys, are aggressive, and they are very angry, and they are very old, and they are grumpy. So just keep away from them. And then, yeah, the female buffaloes, they stick around with their natal clan for life, following up. And yeah, you won't see two buffaloes forming a coalition, then protecting a certain feeding grounds. No, they don't do that. Yeah. Don, have you ever seen a black-footed cat? Yes, I did, but not here. When I was guiding at the Eastern Cape, Graaff-Reinet, I saw a black-footed cat. Beautiful cat, eh? It's beautiful. It's like this baby leopard, and the way it walks. Oh, I saw it at night, and we're trying to light it with the headlamp or torch, and it was like so quick, and that thing was like beautiful, like the way it walks like a leopard. Definitely, I saw a black-footed cat. Cookie, the top of your list, but they're so hard to find. Definitely, so hard to find. But in some other places, like, it depends on the area, because if you can see here, we don't really see cheetahs. Not like it's not a great habitat for cheetahs, but because there's a huge activity and a huge population of bigger predators like lions and hyenas. So cheetahs, they prefer to move away from that. But if the balance can be equal, you will see cheetahs coming in and stuff. But because they don't like being around a lot of high-ranking predators, and because they know that they are ranking very low, because a cheetah can be harassed most of the time, especially when at the carcass, their own carcasses. Wild dogs will go for a cheetah carcass. Hyenas will go for a cheetah carcass. A leopard will definitely sneak on there and try to chase cheetah away. Lions will definitely go for a cheetah carcass easily, and so they avoid those kind of areas where there's a big population or a big number of those high-ranking predators. So yeah, so when you go to Graaff-Reinet, where I was working, Samara, there's a huge bunch of aardvarks, earth-pig. But here we do see tracks here and there, but because there's lots of predators around here, you find places where there's less predators, then you find lots of antelopes and all sorts of species, and then here you struggle to see an aardvark, you struggle to see a porcupine. So where I was working, you struggle to see those things because of that. Yes, so definitely, I'm also grateful and thankful to see all these beautiful things that just from this small little camera like that, capturing everything that happens around, especially when we're not in the bush, just like now we're not driving, but just by looking at these cameras, we had a sighting, a buffalo sighting. It's very beautiful. Welcome, Judith. Yes, Judith, definitely. We did a night drive. I think it was Halloween drive. Last year we did a night drive, and definitely we'll be doing night drives. But most of the time, we don't really see a lot during the night. So what happens is most night drives are done by Brenty when there's an interesting sighting, like maybe buffalo kill, maybe a lion's interaction with this one clan of hyenas, something like that. We go for those night drives. But in future, we'll definitely be having night drives. and it will be nice. And then even if we don't see much, but even if we do see one or two, something like a white-tailed mongoose at night, a jackal at night, maybe an owl, a rose eagle owl, it's going to be beautiful. Definitely, that's also in our bucket list. We do night drives now and then, because since I've been here, we did about 2 or 3 night drives, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, we did. And at New Year's Eve, we're supposed to do a night drive, but it rained, so that's why we didn't have a night drive that day. Babu, do you still have something, brother? Let's get to our pre-recorded videos, man. Yes, let's get to them, brother. Cookie search in Botswana. Yeah, let's get to see what happening on this new camera from Saviti. Hello, D. Whoa, this is Saviti. Beautiful. I just wanna keep quiet and just to enjoy this beautiful sighting. Just quiet. Wow, look what is emerging from the grasses, from the darkness, from the bush. Wow, this is such a beautiful sighting, brother. This is a beautiful sighting. Yes, Judith, definitely. When you come to this place, you must come around October time. September, October is beautiful, much open. Now it's thick. So I can see this beautiful animal here. Because it lives in water, that doesn't mean it doesn't drink water. It doesn't get thirsty. So what happens is we don't really see hippos around here, but we have our special boy. They call him the lazy boy, because he sits in one spot for a whole month. He only moves out when he goes and feed. But I haven't seen him going out. And then I always see him in this position, same spot at the dam. You call it Tlou Dam, and you can see it's drinking quite a lot of water. And this is a huge animal here. It's an animal that kills a lot of people in Africa, but it doesn't eat meat. They only feed on carrion. So carrion, they will see a carcass and they will nibble a bit there, trying to get some nutrients from the meat, but they don't eat meat as like the carnivores. So this one is strictly herbivore, but it just gets a little bit of piece of meat. If there's a carcass nearby, it will definitely do that. Yes, Moss, definitely coolest sighting ever. Just pause it there, brother. Just pause it there. Just look at that. There's a beautiful sight. You can see that thing, and there's one thing confusing people, because they say the females, they can weigh up to 1,500, and then the males will weigh about up to 1,800. But there's other sides saying the males or hippos can weigh up to 4 tons, that's 4,000 kilograms, and then they can weigh up to 3,002. But at the college they told me that it's 1.8 max or 2,000 max. Sometimes it's 2,005. But I just got new information in a day or two. They said they can go up to 4 tons. That's something else. 4,000 kilograms. Yeah, that's a huge animal. And don't be fooled. That thing runs very quickly, eh? And they use their special pathways in the. Definitely, you will see that in the bush, and you must try to avoid those pathways most of the time when you're in the bush. You can walk on them if you know your tracks and signs, because the tracks will tell you that this is fresh, this track is fresh, these droppings fresh or not. So because you will see along the pathways, you will see a puddle of droppings, or sometimes you see them being sprayed, because the males they spray outside. And then, but that behavior is not really known, that spraying of those droppings outside of the water, it's also part of the territorial behavior, because they are believed to be territorial in the water hole or around the water hole, but when they go out, because they will travel vast distances, up to 15 kilometers a night if there's no food or grass around there. And then what happens is, nowadays there's beautiful grasses, sweet grass everywhere. They don't need to travel as fast distances, and because they have these complicated tooth system, they don't really use their teeth to graze. They only use their lips, and if you're lucky, you'll see a hippo sticking out its tongue like this. But most of the time when they yawn, you won't really see that. They do have a tongue, and some people, they believe that it doesn't have any tongue, but yes, it does have a tongue. Whew. Beautiful, eh? And interesting part, they say hippos, they only walk in water. They don't swim because of their body. Bafu, do you have another? We just get to, maybe we have another video from Saviti, brother. Talking about my shoes, Babu, brother. Yes, so we have more rain, but hearing about, from Brent, he had him saying that it's not as much as last year's rain, but if it rains again for next couple of weeks, definitely it might be coming to that same level of rainfall last year. But yeah, we had some decent rain, and we have some beautiful antelopes here. And I was watching this video on YouTube saying, these are antelopes and they're busy anteloping. So these are nyala, the female nyalas, and if you see them from a distance and you don't look properly, you might think that these are impalas, but definitely they are nyalas, and then they look way different from the male nyala. Male nyala is big, is black with horns pointing up, and then they have golden socks. So these ones, they like being in thickets. They do come to these areas, but these open areas, but they prefer to be in thickets, in thick areas like kudus, because that's where they camouflage, blend in so well. And what's so interesting is that when I was working for Wild Earth, yes, remember that Safari Life. We drove and drove and drove, and we were off-roading. And interestingly, something said we must look on the ground, in the grasses, and there was a nyala just maybe a meter away from a car. That's where we're driving. We saw a baby nyala like sitting there, dead still, the ears on its neck, dead still. It didn't move a muscle. We switched on a car, it didn't move a muscle, and it shows that instinctive behavior was working at that time, making sure that it doesn't move a muscle if a predator is around. Yes, definitely the grass has grown, and the grass has grown. Comparing to my first few days here, everything looked very dead. And the area where we saw this buffalo with the vultures, the buffalo with the vultures, I don't think you will want to film that area during winter time, because it's bare. There's only maybe 14 plants, vegetation sticking out from that area. But now it's rainy season, everything is just green. And leopards now, whew, not so easy to spot, eh? But we've been lucky. A couple of days ago, we've been seeing some leopards, but just right after I drive, it's been these leopards been not being fed this time. Oh, Bavu, do you have another video, brother? Yes, let's get to Saviti, brother. Yes, Bavu, I think there's a. Do you see this video, comparing this video with the nyalas, so where there were those female nyalas? Look at that. There wasn't rain there, and they just look, now there's rain. You can see there's a stream there. Saviti simply means some decent rains, and we get each and every area around here. We get different amount of rain, because sometimes Khaya it's about 5-kilometer drive from here, from Pridelands to Khaya, but you will find out you get super decent rain that side and you don't get decent rain, and vice versa. Yes, Vanessa, definitely. I love walking barefoot. I love walking barefoot. Oh, look at that. And we're still going to be seeing some interesting things at Siviti. And the rain is yes, beautiful. And seeing Yalas there, you can see there's no stream running there. And then you can see just after rain, so you can see there's a decent amount of rain that was received in that area. And I can't wait to see more of what we're going to see from this camera at Siviti. Whoa! It was a beautiful, beautiful show. But this show, do you think it was the quickest one? Oh, Bafu, why is it so quick, brother? I thought maybe we still left with 30 minutes. Hello? So this is Ndebele blanket. If you haven't seen one, Google Ndebele people, Ndebele tribe in South Africa. This is our blanket. Beautiful, colorful tribe. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for tuning in. If I haven't mentioned your name, I will definitely mention it next time. But I can see there's a Rutherford clan. I haven't mentioned that, but I did answer one of your questions. Thank you, beautiful people. This one definitely I would like to mention, to say it out, but I can't really read this. It's is in yo. No, let me not say it because I can't read. I can't read this language. It's like it's W. It's NPXAH. It's HNKN. Oh, I don't know this. What is this? 0 with a vertical line in the middle, and there's O, there's P, O, B. Yeah, I wish I could read that. Yes, Z, thank you so much for all your questions and comments, and thank you so much for making sure that you stick around until the end of the show. I know it's different time zones, but you prefer to leave whatever you were doing and watch my show. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for interaction, for your questions. And definitely, I will see you next time on my episode 14th. And definitely, maybe we'll be doing some little bit of extra things that we were planning to include in the show. We'll be having some adverts next time in the show. Get to see the new things coming, and new ideas are coming. Definitely, next week's show will be adding some few spice, and we might be inviting a person, but not next week. Maybe in future. Yeah, I'm trying to get all the energy that comes with it in the show. Trying to get everyone excited and get to chat more with these live cameras that are here. Thank you, and for your donations, so that we can put up these cameras. And thank you so much for that. Thank you, curators, for your hard work. And definitely, you are the ones to see this action first. Before that's a mosey, it's a mosquito. Yeah, before everyone sees them. And thank you so much. And if you want to be a curator, it's very simple. You can be a curator, and you just have to go to Painteddog and then ask some questions on how to be a curator, and a few people will be letting you know on a screen here on live chat, so that you can get an idea what's a curator and how to be part of the curator team. And yeah, thank you so much, VM. Thank you so much, Bafon FC, and thank you so much, Matty, for your camera skills, brother. But Matty is not here. It's just me and the camera, because Matty came here and set up everything because he had some more stuff to do at the office. But yeah, I'm alone here. And thank you so much for watching, and definitely I will see you next Sunday. And tomorrow we have a drive. Yes, we're driving tomorrow. We are free to air tomorrow. We're driving. There's 2 drives tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken. Morning drive and afternoon drive. It's myself and Brenty. And then this weekend, again, we'll be driving. Book your seats. Get yourself a ticket to be on a live safari with me or Brenty. Definitely. And then if you don't have an app, please go to Google Play or Play Store. Yeah, Play Store, and then you go to Painteddog TV, the app, and then you download there to get all the recent updates. Thank you so much. Khaya loves you all, and I will see you tomorrow, this weekend, or next week on my 14th episode of Live Bush Camps Chat.